Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is the Life Lessons card of the Great Bear. And the vision that actually came to mind today was here you are sitting in this little, you're having a little campfire with the shaman. You're able to, he's letting you know that your path, you've been able to manifest whatever you wanted. I've had a lot of fulfillment, had a lot of joy. You've made a couple of decisions. You're listening to the wren and the fox as you're moving forward. And then he points over to where the great bear's staying, right? And he says, "What do you see there?" And through the conversation, you look at him and you say, I see a polar bear, guarding a cave mouth. Looks like the Aurora Borealis is there. The Big Dipper is up above. And he goes, outside of the physical elements of what you see, what does your mind's eye see? And the thought that came to mind is death. Okay? But it's not death in the essence of, a physical death. This is more of a death of a concept or death of letting something go, right? Here is an opportunity to use the shamanism of what the shaman has talked about to have it like a new rebirth, okay? A new opportunity of stepping forward on your spiritual path. Because, just like the Two of Bows is a doorway, a gateway card, and the Shaman is a gateway card, the Great Bear also is a gateway card to the other world, okay, into the spirit world, all right, to the universe, to the ancestors that lay beyond. And, the Great Bear is letting you know that it's okay to reach out to that other side, all right? He's not here to pass judgment on anybody, all right? And the shaman's letting you know that, okay? That you can manifest whatever you want. And in that manifestation, there is no right or wrong answer. There is no right or wrong path. The spiritual path that you're on is yours alone. And it's uniquely defined by the universe and the spirit guides as yours. So, when you look at that, at the Great Bear, you don't get the feeling of, something ominous is about to happen. What is actually going on is just the opposite. You get the comfort feeling of saying, you know what? There's going to be trials and challenges up ahead. Every path will have those. But the decisions that I make may get me frustrated, okay, but they're not going to hold me back. And the Wildwood Forest is not going to penalize me on that decision I make, okay? The guardians of the Wildwood will nudge you in the areas that you need to get to keep you moving on your spiritual path. And the Great Bear really holds that power of not committing that power of death over anybody, right? It's more of you have an option, you have a choice, okay? Just like the guardian, wants to block you from your way, this Great Bear is looking at it just the opposite and saying, walk through this opportunity. Start this rebirth, all right, in your spirit. And the way you think, the way you feel, the way the passion comes through, all right? And don't worry about what has transpired in the past. The past is the past. Change is inevitable no matter what. And it's how you respond to that change in your spiritual path that helps you move forward. That change is up to you. When you assess it and you look at it non-judgmentally, all right, then you can see what that path is really in store for you. Where you can look at yourself, where you can look at others, without those lenses that are, skewing the judgment of how people are. A lot of times I talk about, if you take the ego out of it, you see things in a different light. Okay, it's the same thing. If you don't look at the judgment of those decisions or what other people are doing, okay, it gives you that process of looking at things in a different way. And that's what the shaman is trying to show you here with the Great Bear, is that just because there's a trial and tribulation in finances, don't judge it. Tackle it. Take on that process of healing it, all right? And be honest with yourself on moving forward. Find the joy in the decision that you made, okay? And don't get frustrated. Now, the fox is still down here, and he's asking you, where do you need to be slower? What details are you missing? As you're moving forward, you're not missing any details, because you got the life lesson card of the shaman now with the Great Bear, trying to let you know that you need to be honest with yourself, okay? And when you can be honest with yourself, the universe remembers everything that's going on out there. The wren, even though it's fallen off, you've learned to overcome some things in the past. Okay, you've made that decision. You still have the respect with the Nine of Bows down here as well. You have the respect of the Wildwood Forest. And the Great Bear comes out at a time to let you know that, hey, those decisions that you made in the past were the right decisions. Like I said, there was no wrong decision on it. They were the right ones for you at that time. So even though you got frustrated here 4 or 5 days ago, doesn't mean, okay, that it was a wrong decision. Just slow everything down, look at the details that are out there, and continue moving forward. And when you continue moving forward in that enlightenment of non-judgmental eyes, you see things for the way they are. You see things for how people react in your situations in a relationship, at work, the relationships at work themselves. When you can look at what the universe has for you and see things in a different light, it boosts your spirit. It boosts you to a point where you're saying, you know what, I'm doing well for myself. And even at that point, if you stay even keeled and not get too high or too low in your emotions, and make that assessment of, where am I going with this, then you can continue day by day walking that spiritual path, helping others along the way, helping yourself along the way, and taking the knowledge and the wisdom, the patience, the commitment, the endurance with you as you move along forward on your spiritual path. So don't fear the Great Bear, okay? Look at him as a companion on your journey, just like the shaman. The shaman's here to manifest whatever it is that you want, okay? Right now it's manifesting judgment or non-judgment. Don't be afraid of looking at this and saying, you know what? I'm just going to stay even keel. I'm going to look at things from a different perspective, and I'm going to move forward. I'm not going to let this outside noise derail me on my spiritual path. So that's today's card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck, the Great Bear. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, share it with others, give me a thumbs up. This is D for Spirit's Path. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care, God bless, and stay safe, everybody.